Welcome to your lunar eclipse update for May 5th. We have a partial lunar eclipse, will not be as strong as the solar eclipse that we just had in Aries in Vedic astrology, but it's an emotional eclipse. You're going to need to watch out for drama and keep your schedule open for the unexpected opportunities and drama that can arise during this time. It's coupled with a Mercury retrograde, which is making communication and technology wonking, and Mercury is going to be combust. And so it's right with the sun, which is part of the eclipse pattern. And so we're going to need to watch that communication, and Jupiter is aspecting this as well. It has to do with our relationships, and it's a pattern we've all been working on. Our energy exchange in relationships, what's equitable and what's not. Some of this is going to come into completion that you were feeling from October 2022. Hi, I'm Prema Gurreri, and welcome to Chart Your Path. I'm so glad you're here. I bring you updates on the energy and how to live from the inside out. And if that resonates for you, please subscribe and share this. I really appreciate that. Also, I answer all of my comments. And I am also offering a full moon Sacred Healing Circle on the lunar eclipse on May 5th. The link is down below. This is a high vibrational healing portal that's opening to transcend our karmic relationship patterns, so you can finally, stop giving your power away, put closure to those relationships that are no longer serving you, and open up to those that can serve you in a more conscious way, creating more conscious relationships. The link is down below for that, and also all who register will get the recording for that. I'm also still running the Eclipse Reading Special just for a few more days. The link is down below for that. Been having some powerful sessions, really helping people understand how these karmic triggers for growth and transcendence are affecting, so that you can get your conscious mind with your soul path and really take opportunities for the growth that this is offering you. The lunar eclipse is at 21 degrees of Libra in Vedic astrology, the sidereal zodiac, the true placement of the planets. It's in the nakshatra of Vishakha, and it's a Ketu eclipse, meaning that is a south node eclipse. Ketu, the mystic in the Sacred Wealth Code Archetype system. This is a powerful eclipse for relinquishment, for letting go. And I know letting go doesn't sound really sexy, but the thing is when we let go of what is no longer serving us, we then make space for more of our highest potential, for more opportunities to come to us that are truly in alignment with our soul path. This is really bringing balance to the solar eclipse that happened in Aries a couple of weeks ago. And that was a full solar eclipse, a total solar eclipse. So that was really the strong path shifting eclipse. This eclipse is a partial eclipse. It does not have the strength. It brings up things unexpected in the moment, both opportunities as well as dramas and complications. So you're going to want to watch out for those. Doing your best to keep life in balance and simple during the eclipse time is super, super helpful. There's an energy that's culminating that is bringing balance to our identity, Aries, our authenticity, our freedom, and Libra, where this eclipse is happening, and the last one happened in October of 2022, around our relationship energy. What's an equitable exchange on our relationship energy? It's our freedom and our identity compared to what the parts of ourselves we sort of compromise and give away in order to be in a relationship. We all have less tolerance for that because of this eclipse pattern. We're all being called to grow at a level so that we aren't people pleasing as much. We are not overgiving as much. We are not giving away and hiding our gifts in order to sacrifice to keep a relationship alive. In fact, you may have found yourself over the last year speaking your truth unexpectedly, like it just came out of your mouth. And that either brought the relationship to the next level, or maybe it shifted the path and the relationship stopped at that time. This is important for our collective evolution and for our personal evolution. With this eclipse, there will be a culmination to that energy. So stay very open to what you're asked to let go of. You see, Ketu, the mystic, is always helping us to align with our soul path. It's what do we need to relinquish? What do we need to transcend and let go of in order to walk closer with our soul blueprint, our walk closer to our divine path? The ego sees that as loss. The soul sees that as transcendence. When something doesn't work anymore, let's transcend it. Let's move beyond it and open to the next level, open up to something better, something that serves us more. The ego wants to stay attached. So notice your attachments. Not all attachments are bad. We wouldn't care for our pets and our children and our loved ones if we weren't attached. But there are unhealthy attachments. And how do you know when they're unhealthy? When you have to sacrifice more of, it's one thing to compromise. It's another thing to sacrifice yourself or hide parts of yourself. So compromise is natural in relationship. And the reason this is relationship, Libra is the natural 7th house. Now, I do want to say that this rules something specific for you. I'll get to that in just a moment. If you're having to compromises, like, okay, it makes sense. I'll give a little of this, you give a little of that, we'll blend it together, we'll make something better. If you're the one who's having to give more than you're receiving consistently, or you can't show up and be yourself authentically, Aries is really wanting us to do that, then this is not equitable anymore. And we simply can't afford the relationships. At the same time, there are opportunities for new relationships. These are cosmic triggers, these eclipses are. And again, they're triggering you to a higher timeline. They're triggering your karmic patterns. They are giving you a wake-up call and bringing things from the dark into the light. This is hitting you in a certain part of your chart. Libra represents a specific house for you, whether it's a house of wealth or purpose or career, or maybe it's one-on-one relationship or group type relationship. But I can speak collectively for you that it is the natural 7th house of relationships. In my eclipse readings, I'm having some very powerful readings with people and really helping them to understand specifically how this is hitting you. And if you have planets involved, it's going to activate different parts of life. This is an activation, whether it's a letting go, creating space, or whether it's a big aha that allows you to make some different decisions that are better for you, and what's better for you is better for others. And also knowing what the change, that this restlessness, this rumbling underneath that we're all feeling in some way, knowing it more specifically for you is super useful. So the link for the eclipse reading is down below, and I'll be running that special through the beginning of next week. And I encourage you to take advantage of that. This eclipse is really going to help you to blast through the next level. It's going to also balance out and help make sense of some of what happened in the solar eclipse, although the solar eclipse will play out over the next 6 months, because solar eclipses are like a fork in the road, and they play out over time, over the next 6 months, until we have the next eclipse that comes in. The eclipses expose things that are hidden, and sometimes hidden in plain sight. And it does that by, sometimes it's a deep insight that drops in, but sometimes it's an actual event in your life that might be shocking in the moment or surprising, and it usually is, because expect the unexpected. And then it makes sense, and it's like, oh, okay, I get that. And it will, again, play very much off of what was going on in October for you, the theme of what was going on for you in relationships in October. So awareness precedes change. And when you can take your awareness, your conscious awareness, and blend that with and get it up to speed with what your soul is calling you to, that can be super, super powerful. So this is, again, this culminating energy. And I'm curious for you, and please put in the comments below. These are some very important questions for you to sit with during this eclipse time. And that is, what lessons, especially around connection and relationship and how you relate, have you been presented with? What lessons have you been presented with over the last 6-8 months? The themes, the reoccurring themes, and again, especially around relationships. And how are you feeling about what it feels like you must have compromise or give up in order to be in relationship or in some specific relationships? How are you feeling about that? Or do you have a less tolerance than you used to? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's one of the things the mystic likes to do, K2. It really likes to, all or nothing. So be careful of that, and don't make fear-based decisions during this eclipse time. And in fact, because of the Mercury retrograde, I would say, percolate on what's coming up. There are decisions you may have to make in the moment, but decisions you can defer that are potentially based in fear or urgency, defer them till the 15th or after, and then Mercury will be direct, will be past these eclipses, and you'll have much more clarity. So you can journal about them, process, and again, defer what you can. Now, Vishakha is the nakshatra that this eclipse is happening in. It's called the Star of Purpose. It is a place where we actually really like to connect in with others. And there's nothing wrong with connecting during this time, but steer clear of gossip and drama, and, be choosy on your connections only because sometimes you don't know how this is hitting other people, and other people can, again, be stuck in drama or be really activated, and it may not be the best person to be around. So be choosy about who you're connecting with during this eclipse time. It is a nakshatra typically where we want to celebrate, and it gives us a lot of courage and the ability to sort of focus and get things done. So using that focus, again, around the questions that I just dropped in for you, using this focus around really pondering this theme of energy exchange and relationships, who you are now, your new identity, and how does that fit with the relationship patterns in your life, and getting more on the conscious creation side, how do you want to consciously connect? So again, this will also hit you somewhere specifically, and if you have planets around 20-21 degrees of either Aries or Libra, you'll be even more impacted. If you're a Cancer ascendant, the moon, the queen, is your ruling planet, and so then you'll be more impacted. Or if you're in the moon or K2's dasha cycle, you'll be a little bit more impacted during this time. So this eclipse is wanting to bring some completion and closure to those patterns around, those karmic patterns around relationship. And, you're really being called to heal your relationship wounds, to let go of the overgiving, which is actually the shadow side of the queen and of the great nurturer, the moon. And also to let go of the people pleasing, so you can have the sovereignty that you desire. And this is exactly what we'll be working on in the healing circle. We'll be transcending those karmic relationship patterns. Like you just keep, you're on the hamster wheel and that keeps showing up again and again. The ones you wonder why, why is the same old stuff happening? We're going to heal those patterns. We're going to transcend those patterns. And again, the link is down below, and the healing circles are really transformative, and there's sound healing, there's mantra, there's lots of energetic healing and downloads that happen during that, and it's really a time to sit back, enjoy, and sort of go along for the ride. I also will go into some deeper energy around the eclipse for you during that, and the link is down below. So you can have your sovereignty. You can really stop giving your power away in relationship. Where are you giving it away? It's time to reclaim that. And, during this time, watch out for any triggers that cause you to take really impulsive action. Instead, use your breath, breathe through it. In fact, it's a great time for pranayama. Pranayama, breath, breathing, conscious breathing slows time down. And that's an important thing during this escalated period of time. This is, a time of recalibration on a soul level. And watch out for impulsive action as far as relationships go. That's watching out for others, but that's watching out for your own impulsive reactions and actions. And then steer clear of drama. Really important. But pay attention to your downloads, to your dreams. Keep your schedule light. There's going to be some wonderful insights available for you. So make space for that. Sit, contemplate, get out in nature, do yoga, get your feet on the ground, journal about your dreams, meditate. There's new things coming and being presented to you. So your mind may be restless, and you might have to work a little bit for that meditation time, but it'll be well worth it. Also, mantras, super useful for quieting the mind and going deeper, and even really focused exercises, like sweat it out a bit so you can calm down, and then you can tune in. Better to tune in than tune out. So stay very present during this time. Again, decision making on urgent type decisions things will just be more clear after Mercury goes direct on the 14th, 15th. And then June 1st, we'll have Jupiter and Rahu pass their conjunction, which is can be a very confusing period of time, which is happening the last week in May. But it also can be a creative period of time. I talk about this more in my May update and all the rest of the transits. So you can click on the link above there and the link down below in the description if you want to watch the full May update. So the conjunction's very creative, but it can be confusing. So we're wanting to birth something new. It's a very innovative time as we've come into Jupiter being in Aries for the next year. And your authenticity, innovation, who you are, like a new you is wanting to emerge, and especially in the house that Aries represents for you. So in my eclipse readings, I'm talking about all the transits going on, so you have a deeper insight because there's some big stuff happening during this time. And with Mercury retrograde, being combust and being in Aries, communication can be kind of volatile. It can be too reactive. So breathe, take your time, respond instead of react. And one more date I want to invite you to be aware of, and that is that on May 9th, Uranus and the Sun are going to conjunct, and watch the days right around that, because Uranus brings in unexpected events, and of course the Sun is our great leadership planet. And so, it's not a good time to really challenge leadership. We'll probably see that more collectively play out with leaders, and some things explode and shift around that. So there's a lot going on, and let's get past the 15th and things will start to settle down some. And then the second point is getting to the 1st of June after the Jupiter Rahu conjunction. So hang on. This is also a very exciting, very transformative time. What are you being called up to? What's the next level you really feel you're being called up to? And this also gets expressed through your mission and your purpose in the world. I'd love to hear about that. Feel free to leave me any questions, any comments down below. And again, love to see you in the Full Moon Healing Circle. If you haven't subscribed, I so appreciate you subscribing and sharing this. And of course, if you want a personal reading, the link to all my readings is down below, but the special for the eclipse reading is, the link is down below for that. So much love to you.